6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Prime Minister presiding over federal cabinet meeting in Islamabad today says Pakistan is taking over for economic growth after attaining macroeconomic stability. Shehbaz Sharif has reaffirmed government's commitment to harness full potential of nuclear technology for peaceful purposes. National Assembly was informed today that government is introducing 5G services to provide fast internet to users. Deputy Prime Minister and his UAE counterpart during telephonic conversation have discussed grave humanitarian situation in Gaza. APHC has called on the US President to reignite efforts for a negotiated settlement of Kashmir issue. South Africa has set a victory target of 353 for Pakistan in third match of Tri-Nation One-Day International Series in Karachi. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammed Shehbaz Sharif says Pakistan is taking off for economic growth after attaining macroeconomic stability. Presiding over the federal cabinet meeting in Islamabad today, he lauded the tireless efforts of the government's economic team for achieving the milestone of macroeconomic stability. Prime Minister said government is also taking effective measures and making untiring efforts to speed up the journey towards achieving the goal of economic growth. Turning to his recent successful visit to the United Arab Emirates, Shehbaz Sharif said he had very fruitful meetings with world leaders, including UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of Sri Lanka Anura Kumara, and Managing Director International Monetary Fund Kristalina Georgieva on the sidelines of World Government Summit. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to harness full potential of nuclear technology for peaceful purposes. He was talking to Director General International Atomic Energy Agency Rafael Mariano in Islamabad today. Prime Minister commended the EIEA's initiative in promoting nuclear energy as a key solution for mitigating climate change. Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan has maintained a productive and mutually beneficial partnership with the agency spanning several decades. The Director General IAEA appreciated Pakistan's constructive and long-standing engagement with International Agency of Atomic Energy and said the organization would continue to work with Pakistan in the same spirit. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has appreciated IMF's continued support to Pakistan. In a post on his X handle, he referred to his meeting with Managing Director IMF Kristalina Georgieva in Dubai, saying both sides reaffirmed shared commitment to achieve sustainable growth and financial stability. Prime Minister said Pakistan is transitioning from macroeconomic stability to a path of sustained economic growth and prosperity. The world's top money managers are supporting Pakistan's stocks after the stock exchange was declared among the best globally last year. According to a fresh article carried by renowned American journal Bloomberg, attractive valuations and stabilizing economy have improved the outlook for local shares in Pakistan. The report further says that Pakistan's stocks surged last year with a help extended by improving economic outlook and loan deals with the International Monetary Fund. Similarly, the current account balance of Pakistan has also improved, and easing inflation spurred the State Bank of Pakistan to cut policy rates. The National Assembly was informed today that government is going to introduce 4 new infrastructure cables and 5G services to provide fast and reliable internet to users. Responding to a question during the question hour in the House, Parliamentary Secretary on Information Technology and Telecommunication, Sabhin Ghori, said the 5G services will be introduced in the country by mid this year. The Parliamentary Secretary said the government is going to introduce 4 new cables to improve infrastructure. She said optical fiber cables are also being increased to ensure improved internet services in the country. The Parliamentary Secretary said 50 e-Rozgar centers would be made operational during the current fiscal year. The National Assembly today passed a resolution presenting profound tribute to the women of Pakistan for their remarkable contribution to the nation's progress. The resolution, moved by Shahida Rahmani on National Women's Day today, acknowledged the resilience of women in the face of adversity and their unwavering commitment to achieving equality and justice. It said the Women Parliamentary Caucus honors Madre Millat, Mohtarma Fatima Jinnah, Begum Rana Liaquat Ali Khan, and Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto Shahid, and looks forward to a future where every woman in Pakistan can thrive free from fear. The House has now been adjourned to meet again on Friday at 11 in the morning. This is Radio Pakistan. Deputy Prime Minister Mohammed Sagdar has held telephonic conversation with Deputy Prime Minister of UAE, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and discussed the grave humanitarian situation in Gaza. The two leaders expressed concerns over proposal to displace the Palestinian people from their homeland. Sagdar reiterated Pakistan's unflinching support for the rights of the Palestinian people. The two sides agreed to maintain close contacts to achieve a just, comprehensive, and lasting solution to the Palestinian issue. The opening ceremony of joint military exercise Ataturk 11 has held at the Special Operations School in Cherat. The exercise, spanning 2 weeks, is being participated by Turkey's Special Forces and Pakistan's Special Services Group. This is the 13th bilateral joint exercise between the armed forces of Pakistan and Turkey in the fight against terrorism. The exercise is aimed at enhancing professional skills through joint training and strengthening the historical military ties between the two nations. The forces of both countries will benefit from each other's experiences. All parties here at conference has reminded the U.S. President Donald Trump of his mediation offer during his previous time in presidency for resolving the decades-old Kashmir dispute. In a letter written to the U.S. President Donald Trump, APHC called on him to reignite the efforts for a negotiated settlement of the dispute. The letter stated Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir has been enduring relentless operation, militarization, and systematic human rights violations for over 7 decades due to unfulfilled promise of UN-sponsored right to self-determination. The APHC stressed that President Trump's past offer of mediation, though rejected by India, resonated deeply with Kashmiris who view international engagement as critical to put an end to their suffering. The U.S. President has been reminded through the letter that as a co-sponsor of a UN resolution reaffirming Kashmiris' right to determine their political future, the U.S. bears a moral obligation to prioritize the Kashmir conflict, which continues to destabilize the entire South Asian region. Meanwhile, Indian troops have intensified cordon and search operations in the Akhnur area of Jammu following the killing of 2 Indian Army personnel, including a captain, in a landmine blast. India was ranked 96th out of 180 countries in the Corruption Perceptions Index for last year, and its overall score was dropped to 38 points. According to a fresh report released by Transparency International, India's levels of public sector corruption overall score was 93 in 2023. Arab League has rejected displacement of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip and West Bank. Speaking at the World Government Summit in Dubai, Secretary General of the League, Ahmed Abul Ghaid, has called it unacceptable. The United Nations says former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government was behind possible crimes against humanity as it strived to hold onto power last year. In a fact-finding report, the UN Human Rights Office said 1,400 people may have been killed in those 45 days, while thousands were injured. In third match of Tri-Nation One-Day International Series in Karachi, South Africa has set a victory target of 353 against Pakistan. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold in northern areas during the next 12 hours. With this, we have to repeat some of the headlines. Prime Minister presiding over federal cabinet meeting in Islamabad today says Pakistan is taking off for economic growth after attaining macroeconomic stability. Shehbaz Sharif has reaffirmed government's commitment to harness full potential of nuclear technology for peaceful purposes. National Assembly was informed today that government is introducing 5G services to provide fast internet to the users. Deputy Prime Minister and his UAE counterpart during telephonic conversation have discussed grave humanitarian situation in Gaza. And with this, we come to the end of the news for the moment. For more news and analyses, visit our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.